The shift has already begun. Listen. Right now, at this exact moment, something is changing around you. You might not see it yet. You might not even feel it. But I need you to understand something important. By the time this night ends, your world will look different than it does right now. There's a person, someone you know, and they're making their way toward you as we speak. Stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you will make your heart beat faster. This isn't random. You see, this person didn't wake up this morning planning to come to you. They didn't schedule this. They didn't prepare what they're going to say. But something happened today. Something shifted inside them so powerfully that every other option disappeared. And now they have no choice but to face you. Before I tell you who they are and why they're coming, you need to understand something crucial. This moment has been building for weeks, maybe even months. Every sign you ignored, every strange feeling you had, every moment when their name randomly popped into your head, all of it was preparing you for tonight. The signs you missed. Think back over the past few weeks. Have you noticed anything unusual? Maybe their name came up in unexpected conversations. You thought about them out of nowhere. You had dreams that felt oddly significant. Random memories surfaced at strange times. Those weren't coincidences. Those were warnings. Signals that this moment was approaching. What changed today? Here's what you need to know. And please, don't scroll past this part because it matters. Earlier today, this person discovered something. Not something small. Not something forgettable. Something that shook them to their core. It had to do with you. With your past. With a truth they thought they understood, but didn't. When they learned this information, everything inside them went quiet. You know that feeling when something hits you so hard that the world seems to stop for a second? That's what happened to them. And in that silence, one thought became crystal clear: I have to go to them. Right now. The weight they're carrying. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture someone walking through their day, going through the motions, when suddenly they hear something about you. Not gossip. Not drama. Something real. Something that makes them see you in a completely different light. Maybe they learned about a struggle you faced alone. Maybe they discovered the truth about a sacrifice you made that nobody knew about. Maybe someone finally told them how much their absence affected you. Whatever it was, it broke something open inside them. Why tonight? You're probably wondering, why now? Why after all this time? The answer is both simple and profound. They tried to ignore it. They tried to tell themselves it could wait. They tried to convince themselves that reaching out wouldn't change anything. But here's what they discovered: some truths are too heavy to carry alone. Some realizations demand immediate action. Some moments in life give you one chance, and if you don't take it, it's gone forever. Tonight is one of those moments. The pull they can't resist. For hours now, maybe even days, they've been fighting an internal battle. One part of them wants to play it safe, to wait, to think it through more. But another part, a deeper, more honest part, knows that waiting is just another word for running away. And they're done running. They're done pretending the connection between you two doesn't matter. They're done acting like silence is the same as peace. They're done lying to themselves about what they really feel. What you don't know yet. Here's the part that's going to surprise you. And I need you to really hear this. This person has been replaying moments with you in their mind. Not just the big moments. The small ones too. The conversations you thought were meaningless. The times you showed up when you didn't have to. The ways you made them feel seen, even when you didn't realize you were doing it. All of those moments, they've been accumulating weight, building pressure, creating a debt that can only be paid with truth. The memory that broke them. There's one specific memory that's been haunting them. I can't tell you exactly what it is because it's different for everyone. But I can tell you this, it's a moment when you were authentically yourself. When you gave something without expecting anything back. When your kindness, your strength, or your humanity showed through so clearly that it left an imprint on their soul. They've been carrying that memory around like a secret. But today, something made them pull it out and really look at it. And when they did, they realized something that changed everything. They realized you deserved to know how much that moment mattered. The truth about distance. Let me tell you something most people don't understand. Distance doesn't erase connections. Time doesn't delete impact. Silence doesn't mean someone forgot. In fact, sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes distance makes the truth louder. Sometimes time reveals what really mattered. Sometimes silence is where the most honest feelings live. This person has learned that lesson the hard way. They thought that by staying away, by not reaching out, by moving forward without you, they were doing the right thing. But lately, they've been waking up with a feeling they can't shake. A knowing. A certainty that something between you two was left unfinished. What they finally understood. Here's what broke through their resistance. They realized that you weren't just a chapter in their story. You were a turning point. A catalyst. A mirror that showed them truths about themselves they couldn't see any other way. And now they understand that leaving that unacknowledged is not just wrong. It's impossible. The human heart has limits on what it can leave unsaid. And they've reached theirs. The moment of decision. Picture this, they're standing somewhere, maybe their home, maybe their car, maybe just walking down the street. And suddenly, the weight of everything they haven't said to you becomes too much. Their chest tightens. Their breathing changes. And they make a decision that feels both terrifying and inevitable. I'm going to them. Tonight. Right now. Why they can't wait. You might think they could have called. Texted. Sent a message. But this isn't something that can be said through a screen. This isn't something that works with emojis and delayed responses. This is the kind of truth that needs to be delivered face to face. Eye to eye. In the same space. Because the words are only half of it. The rest is in the energy, the presence, the raw honesty of being vulnerable in front of someone who matters. What this means for you. By now, you're probably feeling something. Maybe anticipation. Maybe confusion. Maybe even fear. All of those are valid. Because what's coming isn't small. This visit tonight isn't going to be casual. It's not going to be surface level. When they arrive at your door, they're bringing something with them that's been locked away for too long. And here's what you need to prepare for, this conversation will change something. Maybe it'll bring closure to something that's been open. Maybe it'll open something you thought was closed. Maybe it'll reveal a truth that shifts your understanding of everything that came before. The question you should be asking. Right now, instead of wondering, what do they want, you should be asking, what am I ready to hear? Because the truth is coming whether you're ready or not. The only question is how you'll receive it. You've made it to the end. And I want you to know something before we begin this final part. What I'm about to share with you isn't just theory anymore. It's not just possibility. By the time you finish reading this, the moment we've been building toward will be happening. They're almost there. Maybe they're outside right now. Maybe they're walking up your street. Maybe they're standing at your door, gathering the courage to knock. This is it. The moment everything changes. The final truth. Let me tell you what nobody else will. Let me tell you the one truth that ties everything together, that makes sense of all the confusion, all the signs, all the feelings you've been having. This person is coming to you tonight because they finally realized something that changed their entire perspective on life. They realized that you were never just another person in their story. You were the person. The one who showed them what real connection feels like. The one who made them understand what it means to be truly seen. The one who left a mark so deep that every other experience since then has felt like an echo of what you two had. The weight of this realization. Imagine carrying that around. Imagine knowing that the most meaningful connection in your life is the one you walked away from. Or the one you never fully acknowledged. Or the one you took for granted until it was too late. That weight? It's unbearable. And they're done carrying it alone. What happens when they knock? All right. Let's walk through this moment by moment. Because you need to be prepared for what's about to happen. You'll hear the knock. Or the doorbell. Or maybe they'll text first, saying, "I'm outside." Your heart will skip. Even if you've been expecting this, even if you read all 3 parts of this message, your body will react. Because deep down, you know this is significant. The first 5 seconds. When you open the door, there will be a moment of silence. Your eyes will meet. And in that single moment, you'll see everything. You'll see their nervousness, their vulnerability, their determination. You'll see that this isn't casual. This isn't light. This is someone standing in front of you with their heart in their hands. Don't rush this moment. Let it breathe. Let the weight of it settle between you. What they'll say first. They probably won't dive right into the deep stuff. They'll start with something simple. Something like, "Hey, can we talk?" Or, "I know this is unexpected, but I really need to tell you something." Or maybe just, "Hi. I'm sorry for showing up like this." Whatever they say, hear what's underneath it. Hear the courage it took to get those first words out. Because once they start, everything else will follow. The confession unfolds. Here's how it's going to go. They'll start talking, and at first, it might seem scattered. They might jump around. They might repeat themselves. That's because they're trying to organize years of feelings into minutes of words. Let them. Don't interrupt. Don't try to make it easier. This is their moment to finally say everything they've been holding back. The 3 layers of truth. As they talk, you'll hear 3 distinct layers. Listen for them. Layer 1. The surface story. This is the logical explanation. The reason they're giving you. The one that makes sense on paper. I heard something about you, or I've been thinking about what happened, or someone said your name and I realized. This layer is true, but it's not the whole truth. Layer 2, the emotional reality. This is where it gets real. This is where they admit how they actually feel. The fear. The regret. The longing. The confusion. This is where the walls come down and you see the raw, unfiltered person underneath. This layer hurts to hear. But it's where healing begins. Layer 3. The core truth. This is the deepest part. The thing they almost don't want to admit, even to themselves. This is where they tell you what you really meant to them. How you changed them. Why they couldn't let go. Why they're really here. This layer is where everything makes sense. The question they're afraid to ask. At some point during this conversation, they're going to want to ask you something. They might not have the courage to actually say it out loud, but you'll feel it hanging in the air between you. The question is, do I still matter to you? Or maybe, did I ruin everything? Or maybe, is there still a chance for us? Whatever the specific words, the core question is the same: am I too late? How you'll know what to answer. Here's the thing, you don't have to answer right away. You don't have to have clarity in that moment. In fact, you probably won't. But pay attention to what you feel when they ask. Not what you think. Not what seems logical. What you feel. Does your heart open or close? Does the possibility excite you or exhaust you? Does their presence feel like coming home or like reopening old wounds? Your body knows the answer before your mind does. Trust it. The moment everything shifts. There's going to be a moment during this conversation when something shifts. You'll feel it. They'll feel it. The air will change. This is the moment when pretense falls away completely. When both of you stop performing and just exist together. Raw. Honest. Vulnerable. This is the moment that matters most. Because this is where you'll both discover what's really possible between you. What becomes clear. In this moment of total honesty, one of three things will become clear. Possibility 1, the door closes. You'll both realize that this conversation was necessary, but it's an ending, not a beginning. The truth needed to be spoken so you could both finally move on. There's love there, maybe even respect, but not a future. And that's okay. Some doors need to close so new ones can open. Possibility 2, the door opens. You'll both feel it. The spark. The potential. The sense that maybe this is the start of something new. Or the restart of something old that never really died. The fear will still be there, but underneath it, there's excitement. Hope. A willingness to try. Possibility 3. The door cracks. This is the in-between. You're not ready to close it, but you're not ready to fully open it either. And that's honest too. Maybe you need time. Maybe you need space. Maybe you need to see what happens next before you decide. That's valid. What they need from you. Regardless of which possibility unfolds, there's one thing this person needs from you tonight. And it's not agreement. It's not forgiveness. It's not even understanding. It's acknowledgement. They need you to acknowledge that they had the courage to show up. That what they're feeling is real. That the connection between you mattered, even if it's over. The power of being seen. The greatest gift you can give someone is to truly see them. Not who you wish they were. Not who they used to be. But who they are right now, in this moment, standing in front of you with their truth laid bare. See them. Acknowledge them. Even if you don't agree with them. Even if you can't give them what they want. Because being seen is what we all crave more than anything else. After they leave. When this conversation ends and they walk away from your door, your world will be different. Not better or worse necessarily. Just different. You'll replay the conversation in your mind. You'll think of things you wish you'd said. You'll wonder if you handled it right. You'll question your responses. That's normal. Let yourself feel all of it. What you'll discover. In the days after this encounter, you're going to discover something about yourself. You're going to learn where your boundaries are. What you're willing to risk. What you're not willing to compromise. You're going to learn whether you're someone who takes chances on connection or someone who plays it safe. And neither answer is wrong. They're just different. But more than anything, you're going to learn that you're stronger than you thought. Because having these kinds of conversations, facing these kinds of truths, that takes strength on both sides. The real reason this happened tonight. Let me tell you the deepest truth of all. The one that explains everything. This happened tonight because both of you needed it. Not just them. You too. You needed to be reminded that you matter. That your presence in someone's life left a mark. That you're not invisible. That you're not forgettable. You needed to know that connections don't just disappear because time passes. That impact doesn't fade because distance grows. That some people will always carry a piece of you with them, no matter how far they go. The gift in this moment. This moment, as uncomfortable as it might be, is a gift. Because it's proof that you're alive. That you're real. That your existence ripples out in ways you don't always see. In a world where so much feels meaningless, this moment is dripping with meaning. And that's rare. That's precious. That's worth honoring, regardless of what happens next. What the universe wants you to know. If there's a universe, if there's a force, if there's something bigger than us orchestrating moments like this, here's what it wants you to understand. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not moving through life without impact. Every person you touch, you change. Every connection you make, you deepen. Every moment of authenticity you offer, you create ripples that spread farther than you'll ever know. This person showing up at your door tonight is proof of that. They're living evidence of your impact. Your importance. Your value. The invitation. The universe is inviting you to step into a bigger version of yourself. A version that isn't afraid of difficult conversations. A version that doesn't run from intensity. A version that says yes to truth, even when it's complicated. You don't have to accept the invitation. But it's there. Waiting. Offering you a chance to grow in ways you never expected. The final message. We've reached the end. And by now, if everything I've told you is accurate, they should be there. Or they will be soon. When you open that door, remember this: whatever happens next is exactly what's meant to happen. There are no wrong choices here. Only honest ones. Be brave enough to hear them. Be honest enough to respond truthfully. Be kind enough to honor the courage it took for them to show up. And most importantly, be present. Don't get lost in your head. Don't worry about saying the perfect thing. Just be there. Fully. Completely. In the moment. This is your moment too. This isn't just their moment of truth. It's yours too. This is your chance to show yourself who you are when it really matters. When the stakes are high. When vulnerability is required. Who will you be? What will you choose? How will you handle this gift of raw, unfiltered truth? The answer to those questions will tell you more about yourself than anything else could. One last thing. Thank you for staying until the end. Thank you for not scrolling past. Thank you for being present enough to read all 3 parts. Whatever happens tonight, you're ready. You've prepared yourself mentally. You've opened yourself to possibility. You've given yourself permission to feel whatever comes. That's all anyone can do. That's enough. The knock is coming. The truth is arriving. Your story is about to take a turn you didn't expect. Are you ready? Of course you are. Because ready or not, life doesn't wait. Truth doesn't pause. And moments like this one don't come around twice. This is it. This is your moment. This is your truth. Open the door.